Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego. Happy Friday, everybody. It's Diego here in the Panhandle of Florida. Happy September 15th. So, September is halfway gone. September is out of here. And I decided to do a live stream, surprise live stream, to keep you guys up to date on what's going on at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Bogota, Colombia. Jacob Myers. Good morning, Diego. Good morning, Jacob. My good friend with his fiance in the Philippines. And I'm happy for Jacob because he's getting ready to go to the Philippines and get this visa thing closed out. Uwasi Rukaya. Hello, Uwasi. What's going on? Jin Ganesh. Good morning, Diego. What's going on, Jin Ganesh? To our beautiful friends in India. Now, I don't, it's early here. What time is it? 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:13 in the morning. But I sent an inquiry to the National Visa Center. Okay, I sent an inquiry. I'm like, we're past 112, whatever days it is, and I'm getting a little frustrated with the National Visa Center. So I sent an inquiry and said, hey, where's our welcome letter? What's going on? Please, we're very respectful. You got to be respectful to these people because they got a hard job as it is. They got a tough job. And I got a response back from the National Visa Center. PP, man, that yesterday you got me Mountain Dewed up. Now I'm good for the weekend. Thanks, Pete, for that super chat. High five, Pete B, for the Mountain Dew morning super chat. And contain this. No, Uwasi, did you get your welcome letter? No, not yet. Contain this. Hey, surprise schedule interview, October 11th. Manila. Okay, good job. Tina, good morning. Hey, Tina. And contain this. We scheduled both medical and interview. Archer M, my friend from Algeria. Good morning, Diego. Archer, good morning. Pete B, thank you for that super chat. Right off the bat. You must know that, I don't normally get up this early. No, I'm just kidding. So I sent Avi, Karina's from Venezuela. She lives in Bogota, Colombia. I live in the Panhandle of Florida near Pensacola. Not that city's too busy for me. I live on the east of it. East of it, north of Navarre Beach. And I sent an inquiry to the National Visa Center, and they sent me a reply back today. Some contractor, dear Diego, here is your case number. So I got my case number now. But they said the embassy's closed in Bogota because of COVID. Well, that is absolute not true. We have an apartment 15, 20 minutes from the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Yesterday, Karina was going by the embassy, and people were going in and out, no face mask, going about their business. And then she got home and she called the embassy in Bogota and she said, hey, what's going on? Why are you closed for COVID? I was just outside the embassy gate, and there was people going in, and there was a young lady going in for a visa interview. Why is the visa center saying you are closed? And the U.S. Embassy in Bogota said, we're not closed. We're busy. So if you have, so I got this email from the National Visa Center. Here's your case number. So I got a case number, so I can track the visa. Okay, I can keep a track of where it is. So when the National Visa Center finally send it to Colombia, I'll get my in-transit status, and I can check it. But they're sending out bogus emails to people saying that the embassy in Bogota is closed because of COVID, and it's not true. It's a big story, okay? And my faith and my confidence in this immigration process, I try to keep everybody positive. USCIS is good. The embassies are good. But the National Visa Center is not so good. They're telling stories. So there's probably lots of people with beneficiaries in Colombia. You don't have to be in Bogota. You could be Medellin, Cartagena, Santa Marta, Bucaramanga, wherever you are in this beautiful country. If you get an email from the NVC that says the embassy is closed because of COVID, it's not true. We testified to that. Karina called the embassy yesterday and spoke to a lovely young lady who said, "What are you talking about? We're open, but we're busy." So they're basically, what's happening at the embassy is that they're overwhelmed with people, overwhelmed with visas. So the process is slowing down because of the workload. Okay, it's like everybody went shopping at Walmart right after church let out. So it's hard to get a visa interview because they're busy, but they haven't closed. So hang in there. Mort D. Raya, hey Diego, we are waiting for the letter from the MVC. Does the letter come to me in the mail or my foreign spouse in his country? It will go to your sponsor in the United. It will go to the sponsor in the United States of America. The MVC will not. They don't communicate with the beneficiary. They communicate with the sponsor. Then the sponsor, once the visa gets to the embassy, then the MVC is done washing their hands of it. Okay, and then what happens is the embassy takes charge of the visa, and then they will coordinate with the beneficiary and the sponsor. But primarily, the sponsor will get the welcome letter from the National Visa Center. Okay? Shadon Marjay, good morning, Diego. Shadon, what's going on? Where are you at? I can't remember which country. Chenny Esgana, morning, Diego. Did you receive the MVC welcome letter? No, I didn't get the welcome letter. I got an email about 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. That's why I jumped on the computer. All right. And they said, so I replied back. So I got a welcome letter not a welcome letter. I got the case number from the National Visa Center. Okay. After 100 and whatever days, what is it? 113, 115, I don't know. Somewhere in there. Karina knows how many days. They said the embassy is closed in Colombia because of COVID. Okay. But they gave me a case number and they said they will notify me when they ship the visa to the Bogota and to the embassy. So I wrote them an email back. I sent an email to the MVC just a second ago. It says, "Dear MVC, thank you for sending me the case number. Good work. We appreciate your dedication. You sent me an email stating the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia is not processing K1 visas due to COVID." And I said, "This is incorrect." Okay. My fiance lives 15 minutes away from the embassy in Bogota. It is open, and they are processing K1 visas. My fiance also called the embassy, and they stated they are open, but busy. Okay. So I put them back in their place. I said, "You guys are crazy," but I was very respectful about it. I don't want to make them mad. So no, I don't have my welcome letter, but I got a case number. So I got that going for me, right? Isaac Medrano, good morning, Diego. Isaac, good morning. Dennis B, good morning, Diego. Do you have any idea of Nairobi embassy wait time? It's about 8 weeks. The embassy in Nairobi, you're talking Kenya, right? They're processing visas. They're open. They're doing a good job. Sanila Sunny, OMG, we are waiting for a welcome letter from the MVC. How long do you think it take? NOA 2 was September 11th. Well, you just started. Sanila Sunny, you're going to have to wait about 90 days, hopefully sooner. If the MVC, maybe they're just messing with me because the embassy in Bogota, the U.S. Embassy in Colombia right now is the busiest embassy in the world, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's my luck of the draw, right? I thought the embassy in the Philippines was the busiest embassy in the world. They're not. It's Bogota, Colombia, as of right now. So at least, being so accessible to the embassy where we live, when the MVC tell me a total story, I can verify it in about 2 minutes. either from here or from Colombia. And they're telling tall stories. They're lazy. Instead of telling people the embassy's busy, they're backlogged, be patient, they're telling stories. COVID. I'm so sick and tired of hearing the word COVID. I'm sick of hearing that word. Okay? I'm tired of it. And anyway, let's see. What do we got here? So Denise, yeah, the embassy in Kenya, they're in Nairobi. They're doing good. They're processing visas. Morty Deria, also, do I need to give my fiance, the beneficiary, 3 W-2s? Here's what I would do. Or will tax returns be better for the consular interview? Here's what you need to do. You need to get 3 years worth of tax returns, 3 years worth of tax transcripts, 3 years worth of W-2s and 1099s. Okay, 3 years. More than likely, the embassy is only going to ask you for the last tax return, W-2, 1099 tax transcript. I don't know. They might ask you for the tax transcript. They may ask you for the tax return. It depends on the immigration officer. This process is so convoluted right now. Get 3 years worth of everything and bring it to the embassy, and then give them what they asked for. They're probably only going to ask for 2022 tax return, but they might ask for the tax transcript. Okay, so get 3 years worth of everything, and you cover your base. And also, don't forget bank statements, letter from the employer, employer, pay stubs, at least 6 months worth of pay stubs. Sonny, case number and welcome letter the same? No. The MVC sent me my case number. It's not a welcome letter. It's just a case number. It's just a number I can use to track the visa. Where is it at? So now I'm going to figure out what the status is. I can Google National Visa Center case number. It'll give me a slot, and I can put the case number in there and find out what's going on with the visa. But I did send them an email back on my third inquiry telling them they're full of it when they say the embassy's closed because of COVID. That's bogus information, and I'm holding them accountable for it. Isaac, Diego, what's the wait time for Brazil for welcome letter? It's about 2 months. Brazil, they're in Rio de Janeiro. They're doing a good job. They're processing K1 visas in Brazil. No problem. Denise B, thank you so much, Diego. Your work is much appreciated, but the delays are crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. You don't see me angry, okay? You don't see me angry. I just you got to stay calm, and you got to keep a cool head during this whole process, or else you're going to get sick. You get stressed out, anxiety, and all that. I don't want you guys to stress the process. You're going to get your visa unless you really mess up at the interview, okay? And what do I mean by really mess up? You don't qualify for the visa. If you don't qualify, then you won't get your visa, okay? But you're all going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. I just don't like being lied to. If immigration is busy, tell me you're busy. Don't make up some stupid story about COVID that's been gone forever. All right? Pete B, any updates? Oh, Jacob, look at that. High five. Super chat from Jacob Myers. We are almost a month out for our interview. I think now my beneficiary is stressing out. No, Jacob, come on now. Get on the phone to your beneficiary, and you need to tell him, relax, chill out. Everything's good. Everything's good. Pete B, any updates on new I-134? No, it's still the same. My fiance has the original one, but I'm afraid they're going to update the 1st of October. No, they haven't changed anything. The only thing they're going to do on the 1st of October is get paid more money. They get a pay raise. The Congress will fund them more money. I think there's more money in the pipeline for USCIS. So no, nothing's going to change. You keep that same form. And if they do change it, let's suppose they change it October 1st. Okay, so what? Fill out a new one and FedEx it to your beneficiary. Just FedEx it to her. Do it, knock it out. And then she'll have both of them. And then if she goes to the visa interview before she gets the new I-134, you can say, hey, you just changed it on me. and they'll accept it. You got to have a good reason, but you got to have the original. You'll be okay. Yubi Arif. Hello, Ruby. What's going on, Ruby? Where are you? Which country are you in? Nancy Fenilda. Hi, Diego. Next week on Tuesday, my schedule for my interview. Nancy, high five. Look at you. So that's great. Almost there. You're almost done. Jin Ganesh, Diego, we all wish the MVC would move faster. Yeah, it's frustrating situation to keep waiting. Yeah, you got to be patient. Just got to be patient, okay? Now look, remember, this is my third rodeo. I've been through this 3 times, okay? And it's the same story I get about COVID. Now, in the past, it was real, okay? Okay, I understand it was real. In the past, it was real. But right now, it's not. It's not hurting anybody. I mean, it could be a bad flu. It could be, some people may get it. But it's not shutting down the world like it was, 2 years ago. That's what frustrates me, okay? Yeah. Anyway. Sonny, thank you. No worries, Sonny. Ruby, I'm so excited for my wedding. Yeah, Ruby. Enjoy the process. Yeah, I can't wait for your wedding also. Karina and I are happy for you. Fantastic news. Angie, good morning from Chicago, the Windy City. My case is ready and I did all the paperwork, but my income is low and I have a child 17 years old in college. My fiance is in Egypt and now I need a sponsor, but no one wants to be. Angie, you can find a joint sponsor. Don't say nobody wants to be a joint sponsor. You can find one. Says your income is low. Is it below 100% or is it above 125%? What? How do you mean low? Do you not get you a joint sponsor, Angie? Go find somebody. Get on Facebook. I don't like Facebook. I hate Facebook. Well, hate's a strong word. I don't like Facebook, but there's got to be somebody that's going to help you out in your family. Somebody in your family. Hey, help me out. Tell them, that it's just to get them through the embassy process. Get a joint sponsor. Say, get me through the embassy process. And then when they get to don't worry, you'll be okay. You'll find somebody. Okay, don't give up. You'll find somebody in your family. Somebody will help you. Jacob Myers, when you have a stubborn bull, it's hard to tell them. Well, you just got to tell him. Tell him relax, chill out. Tell him to go eat some Filipino egg rolls. I can't remember what they're called. Remind me, Jacob, what the Filipino egg rolls are called. They're good. I'll eat them all day. Jose Ramirez, Diego, thank you for your help in this process. No problem, Jose. Our K1 got approved on August 6th, 2023. How long to receive a welcome letter? Our case is in Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo, the beautiful island of Santo Domingo. Now, they're processing K1 visas pretty quick. They're doing good, but you got to keep looking. Lumpia, that's right, PB. You got to keep looking for a visa slot. And you can't do that until you get the ready status, okay? So hang in there. You'll get it, Jose. You'll get it. I got complete faith in you. Jenny Brielle, congratulations on your case number. Yeah, I got the case number after an eternity, okay? I mean, honestly, I thought that the time it took me to get a case number, I thought no disrespect, but I thought Jesus would have already returned by now. That's how long it took. But I'm really calm and I'm really relaxed because I know how this process works. I don't stress it out. I knew I was going to get it. It took a long time, and Karina, she's, chilling out in Colombia. She's getting a little bored and getting frustrated too. She wants to get here so we can get married and get this thing done, but got to keep calm head. So thank you, Jenny, on your message there. Congratulations on our case number. Now, I just replied. I just sent the MVC a nice little email through the inquiry form telling them they're full of, telling me the embassy's closed because of COVID. because I know it's not. I can see the embassy from my apartment in Bogota with binoculars, and they're open and they're doing business. They're just busy. Let's see, Girl Dragon. I love that name, Girl Dragon. That is such a cool name, Girl Dragon. I love that name. Good morning, Diego. Hope you're good. Doing great. Seems like Manila beat Colombia and Nigeria in the K1 game. Well, right now, the U.S. Embassy in Colombia is the busiest embassy in the world. And I believe the Philippines is second, and Nigeria is third, and Mexico is fourth. Colombia is the busiest right now. Go figure, right? Hannah. Hi, Diego. My NOA1 is dated on the 8th of September, 2022, but still no NOA2. You'll get it in October. When do you think I can hear something? October, first or second week of October, because I saw many cases got approved after my case. Don't look at other K1 visas. Don't do that. How does USCIS review cases? Randomly? Apparently they do. It's like you're going to a casino in Las Vegas. Okay, it's random, but they are processing visas, and you will get your NOA2 letter. I promise you. Carlos Zambrana. Hi, Mr. Diego. What is the refusal rate at the consulate interview level for K1? I have proof of 6 years of the relationship with fiance, but a little nervous now that we are at that point. The embassy refusal rate is highest in countries with a high fraud of immigration fraud. Okay, Morocco. Let me see here. India. They have a high fraud rate. Now, I love our friends in Morocco and India, and I'm not saying you guys are going through a fraud relationship. By no means. You guys are good. You all real. But those are the countries that get the immigration officer has a sensitivity. Morocco, especially. But what country, Carlos? Please remind me which country. Jacob, lumpia. Pete B, lumpia. Yes, lumpia. I ate lumpia. I can eat lumpia all day, every day. It's so good. Henry Empleo, lumpia, Diego, is the Filipino egg roll. Henry, thank you. How do I keep forgetting this stuff? I mean, I'm not that old. I mean, I'm not young, but I'm not that old. I should be able to remember lumpia, right? Good gracious. G34HMO. Hi. Hello. Is the MVC welcome letter the same thing as the K1 FTP? No. G34HMO. The K1 FTP is a notice saying that the National Visa Center, those lying persons up there, have mailed your K1 visa to the embassy. That's it. It's in an airplane. Pete B, pork adobo, my favorite Filipino dish. Okay, pork adobo. Sounds good. I don't think I've ever eaten pork adobo. Angie, please help. Any advice, please? Angie, you got to get a joint sponsor. You got to find somebody, right? You got to find somebody. Please go look harder. Ask all your family, everybody you know, your friends at work. Say, look, I need help getting through the embassy interview. At least try to get them to get you through the embassy interview at this point, okay? And tell them that it's not going to hurt. It's not going to affect them in any way. It's not going to cost them any money. No money. No, it's going to be no dollars. Jacob Myers, Pete B, they eat so much pork in the Philippines. When I went back, it was chicken for me because I don't eat pork. Well, I eat chicken and pork, okay? So to my Muslim friends who don't eat pork, I respect your choice of that, but I kind of like it. Juan Cruz, hey Diego, for interview in embassy in El Salvador, is it in English? My fiance does not speak English and it may not be able to be there with her. Juan Cruz, here's the thing. You got to try to get there, okay, and be with her during the interview. If they'll let you in El Salvador. If she doesn't speak English, the consular officer can speak Spanish in El Salvador. So don't worry about a translator. but you need to try to get there. Pete's talking about chicken adobo with Jacob. Carlos Zambrana, Mr. Diego, Bolivia interview. I had the question about the refusal rate. Thank you. Okay, Bolivia has a very low refusal rate. In Bolivia, Central America, it's a landlocked country. There's no beach in Bolivia, unfortunately, but Bolivia, it's like 99% approval right in there. No problems with Bolivia. The only reason that there's problems with Bolivia with an immigration interview would be that the person didn't qualify and it slipped through the net. The MVC didn't catch it. USCIS didn't catch it. But Bolivia is good. You're fine. You're fine. Shane P, chicken pork adobo with pineapple. Yeah, yum, yum. I agree. That sounds good. Ivis Ordonez, can an American living abroad apply for a K-1 visa, assuming he or she has a domicile in the U.S.? Yes. If you cannot get a K-1 visa if you live overseas permanently. You got to have a place in the United States that you live in and call your domicile, and you got to prove it. Like I lived in Colombia for what, a year and a half, on back and forth, but I live in Florida in my house. I didn't lose my domicile. I just lived in Colombia for a long time with Karina because I didn't want to be separated from her. Didn't want to be apart. So I went to Colombia for 5 months, and then for 10 months. And for let me see here, for 3 months, something like that. And I stayed in Colombia for 10 months. They gave me a visa, the Colombian government. Thank you for that. They gave me a visa, but my domicile is here. I pay my property taxes on my house. I'm registered to vote in this county. My driver's license has this address on it. This is my home. So yeah, you can live abroad, but you got to prove it. Juan Cruz. Oh, and I'm catching up with your live. So LOL, I watched them all. Almost there. Videos. You're watching our videos. Well, these are your videos, Juan Cruz. I just made a video on how to assemble a K-1 visa package for the embassy. One of our subscribers said, hey, I need a video on how to assemble the visa package. So I made it. Boom. Took me about 5 hours to put it together, but that's okay. It was good to do. G34HMO, our case says ready in the SEAC account. Can we do the interview with only the K-1 FTP if we have not received the welcome letter? Okay, we are still waiting for the welcome letter. G34HMO, when you get the ready status, schedule your interview, schedule the medical exam, and get your beneficiary in front of that interview officer and get your visa. Forget about the welcome letter, okay? Get the visa in the passport, okay? They will approve it, but you got to fill out the DS-160 and print the confirmation page. You got to have that confirmation page that you scheduled the visa interview. You got to pay for the visa. Get the MIRV receipt. You prove you paid for the visa, and you're good. Don't worry. Tina, how would I go about finding a certified translator to translate documents? Go to this website, www.spanishgroup.com. They translate 80 different languages, somewhere like that. Spanish, Italian, Greek. Greek. If you're in Greece watching this, you have to get a special translator to translate your document, certified by the embassy. So that's the only exception. But the Spanish group, www.spanishgroup.com. Google that, and you'll find they will certify you, translate documents for you within a couple of days, and email them to you and mail you the hard copy. JK, good morning from San Francisco Bay Area, Diego. Question, how soon would I know when my fiance is approved for her K-1 visa? Her interview is on November 30th. Well, she'll know on November 30th. Which country? JK, what country? You got to tell me what country so I can be more, because then I can give you better answers. Okay, like in Colombia, Karina goes in for a K-1 visa interview. They'll tell her within 2 minutes after she's done, oh, you're approved or not, right there. But she's going to get approved. I'm not worried. It's very quick. They'll tell you right then and there. And unless they need more documentation, let's suppose you forgot your tax transcripts, or your tax return, or you forgot to bring something. Then you got to provide the document. You'll go into 221G administrative hold until you get the document. That's why you got to bring everything to the K1 visa interview. Everything, even if you don't need it, bring it. Okay, I just made a video about it. So then that way, you don't get caught in the loop where you have to go to administrative hold. San Francisco Bay, very nice. Now, I hope you guys are not getting any earthquakes in San Francisco. I know it's prone to earthquakes. You know, I don't know if I could live in San Francisco. I don't know. The rooms shake there. Rose A, hi Diego, happy Friday. Question, do you know if NVC ships the case number to the embassy once or twice every 2 weeks? It's once every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, they ship everything to the NVC from the USCIS. G34HMO, thank you, Diego, no worries. Rose A, I made a video on the ship dates. I made a video. What day and when does the USCIS ship documents, K1 visas to the NVC? I made a video about it. Rose A, just checked my SEAC, just got our case in transit. Oh, it means it's going on an airplane, Rose Act. Tina, thank you. You good, Tina? JD, hello, Diego. How are you? I'm good. Now, I had to translate HRU to how are you, right? I'm good. Now, I'm not a Gen Z, okay? I'm a baby boomer, but I figured that out. Just came to inform you my visa was approved today. Well, great. And thank you for your help. Love from India. JD, high five on your visa approval today. September 15th. Congratulations. JK, sorry, Cambodia is the country. Cambodia, okay. And let me see, I got to remember the question again. Whenever you have a question, write the question and then tell me the country so I can figure out how to answer the question. So JK, let me back up and I got to remember what you asked me. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I got lots of questions and that's good. I don't mind the questions, but I don't see it, JK. Where is your question again? Cambodia. Now JK, let me see. I thought I saw you. Okay, here it is. How soon would I know when my fiance is approved for her K1 visa? It will happen right away, Cambodia. Right that same day, within 10 minutes or sooner after the visa interview. John Labatt, Diego, Karina, morning. Good morning, John. And to everybody, hello. Question, once a person receives their passport, is there another number given on their passport? U.S. passport or emboss the original number. When you get your passport, when the beneficiary gets her passport, there's going to be a K1 visa stamped in it, and it's going to be a K1 visa number assigned. That's why you have to upload a photo into the DS-160 when you apply for the DS-160. In most embassies, some embassies want you to bring the photo in with you in your hand. But you upload the photo, and they assign you a K1 visa number. That's the number that the Border Patrol officer will check when you arrive in the United States. You go in that little room, and the Border Patrol officer will take your passport. He'll punch in the number in your packet, in your K1 visa, in your passport, and make sure everything matches. There's one number, the K1 visa number. Jin Ganesh, hi Diego, how often does the NVC ship cases out? The NVC, and now USCIS ship them to the NVC every 2 weeks. The NVC ships them to embassies when the embassies get free. So there's no specific time, really. I mean, there's 100 plus countries around the world. So it depends on how busy the embassy is. Rose A, I guess never mind for my question. Why? Every question is important. JK, no earthquakes as of late, but we're long overdue for one. God willing, it doesn't happen. No, I don't want you to get an earthquake. San Francisco's had terrible earthquakes. What was it, 1906? They had an earthquake there, destroyed the whole city. You're right on. The San Andreas Fault leaves out of San Francisco and heads out into the Pacific Ocean. Okay, and you got the two plates, and they're connected. You got these two plates. They're not subducting under each other. They're just connected, but they keep moving and moving and moving. But the plates don't. So eventually, what happens is everything just shifts, and that's what causes the earthquake. You know, I don't know. I wouldn't live there personally, but it's a beautiful city. The Golden Gate Bridge, beautiful. No4. Hi, Diego. I'm waiting for the U.S. consulate in Casablanca to email me for the interview date and documents to bring with me to my interview day. Well, Newfow, I just made a video on what documents you need to bring to the visa interview. It applies to pretty much every country, every embassy, every consulate. Watch that video, and that will give you a heads up, and you can start getting the documents together while you wait. Tina, do the intent to marry letters need to be notarized? No, they don't. But they got to be signed in black ink by the sponsor and the beneficiary. Okay? Original letters. You always submit original letters for letters of intent to get married. That's what makes them legal. Okay? You can't send copies. You can't send scans. You can't send electronic signatures. Can't do that. Tina, is your K1 packet video posted? Yeah, I've created a video on how to put together a K1 visa. I've created two, I think, or three. One is like 30 minutes long. One is like 20 minutes long. One is about 15, 14 minutes long. So there's three videos out there that I made on how to put together a K1 visa. But I'm going to make a new one. Okay, I'm going to make a new one for you guys. So that way you don't have to dig all through the videos. Tasha Slaney's World. Hi, Diego. So I fill out DS-160 and paid the fee. Okay. I scheduled an interview for November 21. Okay. Medical November 10th. Okay. What should I do next? Nothing. What documents must I prepare to carry? I just made a video. How to assemble your documents for the visa interview. I just made it yesterday. You'll probably find it. If you look through the videos, you'll find it. It's right there. Sammy Benani, when your spouse has a name change after marriage, do you need to get a new passport with the name change before submitting adjustment of status paperwork? No, Sammy, you don't. You don't have to do that. Karina, when we get married, she's going to take my name. Okay? She's going to have my name, my last name. But we are not going to go to Venezuela and wait 6 months and pay a good zillion amount of dollars to change her passport. And we don't have an embassy in the United States that will help her anyway. So no, you don't have to change the name on the passport. But I do recommend that you get her a driver's license or a state ID. It may be hard to get a driver's license without a social security number, but no, everything else, yes. But the passport, you don't have to change it, no. But if in the future, when you get the green card and all that, and you want to, if the passport expires, when the passport expires, get a new passport. But hopefully by then she'll be a U.S. citizen, and you'll get a U.S. passport. Karina is going to be a U.S. citizen long before her Venezuelan passport expires. We're not going back to Venezuela. We're not. Well, she's not. I've never been. She's not. JK, you're well versed on the K1 know-how for many countries. Hats off to you, sir. JK, thank you. I appreciate that. Joseph Gandhi Sano. Hello, Diego. How long does it take for the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, Sierra Leone to schedule my interview after MVC sent my case? Approved email from MVC was sent on the 13th of September. So you have ready status. Joseph, do you have ready status? Freetown, Sierra Leone will process a K1 visa in about 6 weeks from ready status. So I don't know if you have ready status or not. John Labatt, Diego, thank you. Now I know I came here late, but if you both received your welcome letter, congrats to us in Spring Hill, Florida. Well, everybody in Spring Hill, Florida, to your family, John Labatt, we salute you. Karina and I salute you. But we all I got was a case number. The National Visa Center sent me an email after I sent my second inquiry, okay? And they sent me an email saying, here's your case number, BGT, which means Bogota, and then the number. And I'm like, great, thanks. And then they told me that the embassy in Bogota is closed because of COVID, which it's not. That's a lie. Okay? I don't like it when the government lies to me. But it was a contractor. I believe it was probably a contractor working for the NVC, working out of some cubicle somewhere, okay, with a face mask on. Okay. That just doesn't know any better. They just, okay, COVID's a good reason why we can't why we can't ship your visa to Bogota. But it's not true. The embassy's open. So I sent him back an email saying, you're telling a story. I'm watching you, MVC. I'm watching you because we live right down the road from the embassy. They're open. They're processing visas. JK, one YouTuber posted info about the K1 visa tax transcripts for 3 years, but you're mentioning only last year's taxes. I read on the I-134 that last year is enough. Is that true? Yeah. You only need the last year for the I-134. So when I filled out my I-134, I'm using my 2022 tax return. But I'm going to bring 3 years worth of tax transcripts and 1040s to the interview for Karina in case they ask for 2020 or 2021 tax returns. They may ask for 2021 tax transcripts. Who knows? So she's going to have both. She's going to have the transcripts, the 1040 tax return, my W-2s from 2021, my 1099 from 2022, etc. She got 3 folders, 2020, 2021, 2022. One I-134, okay, with my 2022 taxes on it. One I-134. So hopefully that answered your question. And, it's good to watch other YouTube channels about visa processing. It gives you an idea, how to get this visa done. Get as much knowledge as you can. But I know it all. I'm kidding. I don't know everything, but I know quite a bit. I don't just know how to do the visa. I also know what's going on in the embassies around the world. This is probably the only YouTube channel that will give you embassy information too, not just how to process a K1 visa. Some YouTubers have put a YouTube channel together all about them. This is my visa process. This is my K1 visa package. Me. I don't like that, okay? This YouTube channel is all about you. How you can process your K1 visa. Because every K1 visa is different. Your visa is different from my visa. So if I told you how I process my K1 visa, that's all well and good. It will help you. But it may not pertain to you because I'm on my second K1 visa. We have to get police certificates from 2 countries, not 1 country. So everybody's K1 visa is different. So this is your YouTube channel for you, which I put together because Karina said it would be a good idea. We were walking around Villa de Leyva in central Colombia. We were on vacation. I wanted to go see the historic part of Colombia. So we went to Villa de Leyva. And she said, we're walking around this big square. Historic, Colombia got its independence and they fought a battle close to this place. I put the channel together for you guys, not for me. I know how to do it. So I know how to do my visa, but I want to help you with yours. Let's see. Jose Ramirez, how many days approximately to get a case number or welcome letter from the NVC? We are from Santo Domingo and got K1 approval August 6th. Thank you, Diego. No problem. You're close, Jose Ramirez. Santo Domingo are processing K1 visas, but they're getting busy, okay? But they are processing K1 visas. So I would say probably, 8 weeks, 6 weeks, somewhere in there. Jin Ganesh, Diego, you would not believe I just asked you how long the NVC takes to ship cases out. I decided to track my case again for this morning. It went in transit. There you go, Jin Ganesh. Look at you. You're being proactive. You are doing good. Federico Girotti. Hi, Diego. Hi, Federico. Federico, that sounds like an Italian name. Federico. Hi, Diego. My case has just been received at the Italian embassy. Oh, imagine, I got it right. At the Italian embassy. They haven't sent me the email for the appointment. How long does it usually take? Well, you have to schedule the appointment, not the embassy. Once you get ready status, if your visa is at the Italian embassy, what is it, in Rome or Naples? You at the consulate in Naples or are you in Rome? You schedule the visa interview through U.S. travel docs in the SEAC account. So you get your case number, your invoice number, if you have it. You may not require it. Go into the U.S. travel docs, look for Italy, go into Italy, and then they'll take you to a website that processes your visa. Boom, schedule it, get it done. You can do it. Buongiorno, Federico, buongiorno. Now I'm trying to remember my Italian. Now I can speak Spanish, but my Italian is probably terrible. And but I will say to you in Italian, Federico, buono fin settimana, buono fin di semana. Jody Fairfield, hi Diego and Karina. Let me see here. Hope all is well. Doing great. Yeah, we're good. Jody, being busy here helping plan Tana and Isabel's wedding. High five. The big day is October 5th. Exciting. Isabel is adjusting well here. How is your case moving along? Okay, Jody. Well, I sent 2 inquiry letters to the National Visa Center, and today, about, I guess, an hour ago, they emailed me giving me the case number. So they sent me the case number, which is good. So that's progress. But they told me the embassy in Bogota is closed because of COVID, which is not true. That's false. When the U.S. government lies to me, okay, I fight. I challenge them and I respond back in kind. And I got very powerful friends in Washington, D.C. that back me up. So immigration best behave themselves and not tell me tall stories, because I will prove them wrong. So it's moving along. We got the case number, Jody. Michelle. Hey, Diego, I just got in transit status. There you go. Transit is good. That's good. Joseph Gandhi Sanoa. Diego, I didn't get your comment well. Can you please say again? Okay, Joseph, let me see. You couldn't understand my comment, Joseph. So let me go. Oh, I got to find what you said. How long does it take? Okay, it takes about 8 weeks for Sierra Leone. Okay. You asked me, how long does it take for the embassy in Freetown? I know where that is. Sierra Leone, to schedule my visa interview after MVC sent my case. It's about 6 to 8 weeks. Okay. All right. You got it? Joseph, about 6 to 8 weeks. Just like Bogota. Well, Bogota, I don't know right now. They're apparently closed because of COVID, but they're not. They're just busy. I'm angry that they tell me stories like that. Punit Kaur, I emailed the embassy in Mumbai. It's not an embassy. It's a consulate. Don't mix them up. In Mumbai for the next directions, but they haven't replied. It's been a week. What should I do? Send them another email and print the communication. Okay? Go into U.S. travel docs and try to schedule your visa interview. Try to do it yourself through U.S. travel docs in the SEAC account. John Labatt, well, congrats for your case number. Well, thanks, John. You guys are getting bogus information. Hang in there. Yeah, I sent an email back to them telling them they're full of you know what. It's all good. We all just wait. Soon it will happen for everyone. Yeah, it will happen for everybody. And then I will continue with the live stream when I'm in Colombia doing this visa disco dance with Karina. I'll keep doing the live stream for you guys. Okay, it's your channel. I'm not gonna just forget the live stream, you know. And then when Karina gets to Florida, we'll get married and do we'll have our honeymoon. We'll go to Nevada. Here's what, for our honeymoon, I'm going to take her to Nevada, and then we're gonna take a trip to Utah. Go to Bryce Canyon, Go up to the canyon, Bryce Canyon in Utah from Las Vegas. What an adventure, right? Federico Girotti, thank you. You're welcome. De nada. Well, that's Spanish. I can't remember you're welcome in Italian. Federico, I'm sorry. Now, I lived in Italy for 6 years and I could speak Italian pretty fluently, but I can't remember it now. But isn't that terrible? You got to keep using the language so you don't forget it. Tina, I appreciate the channel being about us. Yeah, it's about you guys. Other channels are younger couples who never been married, but I'm older and lived a little. Hey, me too. I needed more info. Glad I found this channel. No problem, Tina. The other YouTube channels out there, I'm not bashing them. I mean, they're good, but it's all about them. This is my K1 visa. This is my how I did this. This is how blah blah blah. It's all about me, 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 me. It's the younger generation, and that's the way they are. So this channel is all about you, your K1 visa. Okay? It's all for you guys. I know how to put a K1 visa together. I know how to do it. Lots of people don't. So everybody's visa is different. Somebody with a criminal record, let's suppose somebody has a felony as a criminal record. That would be the only time I would recommend an immigration attorney take a look at your charges. You don't need an immigration attorney to do this visa. It's not difficult. It's easy. But if you have a criminal record, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, and you want to see that you qualify for the visa, don't hire the attorney to do the K1 visa package. Don't do that. Cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, $3,000, $4,000. Pay the immigration attorney to look at your charges. Pull your charge, go to the courthouse, get your charges, get your charge sheet, and go to an immigration attorney and say, hey, do I qualify for the K1 visa? The attorney will look at the charges and say yes or no, or she. If you qualify, thank you very much. Pay the attorney $100 for his time, then go process your K1 visa. Saved you $4,000, right? But lots and lots of people with criminal convictions, they hire an immigration attorney when they really don't need to. You either qualify or you don't. You just need the immigration attorney to tell you if you qualify. Yes or no? Do I qualify? Yes or no? Yes, you do. Okay, thank you. Here's $100. Thanks for your time. Go do your K1 visa. I just saved you $4,000. Furious Ram. So the reason why my case is still at NBC is because the embassy in Casablanca is full. Yes, you are 100% right. Furious Ram, you're correct. They're busy. I don't say the word full. I'm full after I eat lumpia. But busy is a more, they're busy. JK Diego, when I initially petitioned for my fiance's Cambodia K1 visa in March of 2022, I also applied for her tourist visa late last year, hoping she could visit. Her visa was denied due to her pending K1. Well, some embassies will not let you go on a trip to the United States on a B2 visa if you're in the middle of a K1 visa. They won't let you do it. Some embassies will, some embassies won't. It depends on the ambassador. It depends on the immigration officer. Don't worry about it, okay? It's all good. You need to go to Cambodia and visit her. You don't need a visa. You got your passport. Jump on a plane, go to Cambodia, go visit your beneficiary. And it's probably better to do it that way anyway. Because if your fiance came to the United States on a tourist visa, and which is fine, then you got to fill out an I-94 form. Then you got to explain the reason why you came to the United States on the DS-160. Then you got to explain it to the immigration officer at the K1 visa interview. My advice to you guys, if beneficiaries, okay, be patient. Don't worry about trying to come to the USA on a tourist visa. Don't worry about it. Just be patient. Wait out the process. Get your K1 visa and come here permanently. Saves you a bunch of headaches, okay? Tell your sponsor, hey, come and see me in my home country. JK, should we be concerned when her actual K1 visa takes place on November 30th? Nah, it's no big deal. It just means the immigration officer said your fiance cannot come to the USA because she's close to getting her K1 visa. Just finish out the process. So that's what you're doing. You'll be, what is it, a couple of months? Furious Ram, do I need to contact the embassy in Casablanca? You need to email. If your K1 visa is at Casablanca, if it's in Casablanca, email them twice a week to check in. That keeps your visa active. If you don't communicate with the embassy, or if you don't communicate with the NVC, okay, after 1 year, they'll terminate your visa. They think you've abandoned it. You got to keep in contact with the NVC. When you send an inquiry to the NVC after 90 days, and you're looking at the back of your NOA2 letter, and the back of your NOA2 letter says your visa expires in 4 months. Well, if you send an inquiry to the NVC after 90 days, that communication with the NVC automatically extends your K1 visa. A lot of people don't know that. They just don't know how to do this, but it's true. Let's see. Joseph Gandhi Sanoa, thanks very much. Got it. Okay, Joseph. John Labatt, the picture for our passport should be in color. Yes. Yes, passport picture is in color. Just follow the directions. Go to the State Department website and it'll tell you what to do for the passport photo for the K1 visa. Or go to there's got to be in Bogota, Colombia, Karina's going to go to a photo company and say, hey, I need my passport photo for my visa. They know how to do it. Ahmad Bey. Hello, Diego. How can I change my interview embassy? I moved to my mother country, but I got today my embassy case number, but the interview is in Egypt. I went back to Lebanon. Well, it's going to be a little difficult now to change your interview without a good reason. Just going back to Lebanon isn't going to be a good reason. You know, if you had a family emergency, here's what I would do. If you try to move it from Egypt to Lebanon after you got it scheduled for Egypt, get on a plane from Lebanon, beautiful Lebanon, we love the beautiful country of Lebanon, get on a plane, go to Egypt, get your visa in Egypt. You just got to buy a plane ticket. It's much cheaper to buy a plane ticket than to go through all the hassle of trying to get your visa interview changed from Egypt to Lebanon. It's a hassle. It's difficult. It could slow up your process by months and months and months. If you have a visa interview in Egypt, go to it. Jody, so glad you got the case number. We had the case number for a couple of months before they sent it to the embassy. Okay. After that, it went quick. Yeah, it's going to go pretty quick. Shouldn't be long now. The embassy is great. Yeah, Jody, no worries. We're ready for a long. As soon as I get some idea of how long it's going to take, then I can get on a plane and fly to Colombia. Asad Rameh. Hi, Diego. Asad, what's going on? Sandesh Patil. Hi, Diego. My case is ready for interview, but they still didn't schedule the interview from India. Okay, well, then try and see if you can schedule it at the consulate in Mumbai. See if you can schedule it. Go into the travel docs. Go into the India. Go to Mumbai, the consulate, and try to schedule it. Jacob Myers, sitting back, waiting and listening to Diego answer questions for some reason is kind of relaxing. Yeah, guys, just come hang out, put your feet up and relax, and I'll help you through this process. It's fun, actually. Going through a K1 visa process, you got to be tough mentally. You got to be, got to be able to handle something like this. It's not an easy thing to do. So you guys are like, you're like military recruits in training. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I am a native of Utah. Trust me when I say that judging from your jovial personality and Karina's smile and energy, you guys are going to be bored to tears anywhere here. No, Bryce Canyon. Bryce Canyon. Don't go to Bryce Canyon. You think it's boring in Bryce Canyon? What? Okay. Well, we're going to go to Nevada because I like the weather in Nevada. Now, Las Vegas is a pretty busy place. It's an exciting place. We're going to stay there. And then I'm going to travel. We're going to explore parts of Nevada. Okay. I have got to take Karina to the back gate of Area 51. Okay. I've got to take Karina to Area 51 and look for the camo dudes and get a picture of her standing outside of Area 51, the big gate, the gate. If you put your feet across that gate, you get fined for trespassing, you know. But we're going to stand at the gate and get a picture at Area 51. I mean, who else can say they can do that, right? Denise says you're a native of Utah. JK, thank you so much, Diego. I really appreciate your help with the question and especially making this channel all about everybody. Yeah, JK, it's all about you guys. You run the channel. You tell me what you want. I'll make a video. Tell me what. Denise, now you asked me to make a video for you, right? You asked me to make a video for you, but I can't. But I'm not fully understanding what it is you want me to make a video about. Please tell me. Janice, you are our number one supporter of this channel. You are number one. You're the number one supporter of this channel. Okay. If you want me to make you a video, I'll make it. But I need to know, I need you to be more specific about what you want. And yeah, JK, this channel is all about you guys. I know how to, I mean, I don't have to do this. I know how to process a K1 visa. All right. So I want to help you. I want to give something back. You know, years ago, 30-something years ago, I was in California and I got the opportunity to hang out with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the gym in Venice Beach. And he told me in his German accent, his Austrian accent, he told me, once you get to a point in your life where you give something back, give something back. So this is what I figured is a good idea, to give something back, to help you guys. This is my way of giving back, but I'm giving back to the world, not just to America. Let's see, Denise, don't go to Bryce Canyon. Okay. Heard of the sleeping pill Ambien, Bryce Canyon equivalent. Okay, Denise, so Bryce Canyon is like taking a sleeping pill. It's that boring. It's that boring. I don't know. I've never been. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I've never been to Bryce Canyon or anywhere like that. I don't know. But your opinion is very important to me. Daggy is in the house. Happy Friday, Diego. What's going on, Daggy? Angel Mercia. Good morning, Diego. Buenos dias. Angel Mercia. Buenos dias. Buongiorno to my Italian friends. Asad Rameh. Hi, Diego. Hope you are doing great. Always. Every day. It's been 2 weeks since the MVC assigned us the case number, but SEAC case status is still at MVC. Okay, and I also want to ask, K1 visa is actually non-immigrant visa. Okay, Assad, the K1 visa is technically a non-immigrant visa, okay, because it is a temporary visa. It's considered the same as a tourist visa, but a tourist visa means you got to come back. On a B2 tourist visa, which is a non-immigrant visa, you come to the USA, you spend a vacation here, don't go to Bryce Canyon, but you come here for a vacation, and then you go back to your home country. A K1 visa is considered a temporary visa because it's only good for a one-way flight from your home country to the United States. It's only good for one trip. You can't use it to come back. It's terminated. You land at the airport in the United States, you go through immigration, the Border Patrol officer will terminate your K1 visa. It's no good anymore. And then he will give you an I-94, which is basically a 90-day window to be in the United States to get married. So you go from K1 to I-94. Okay? Now, you're in the United States on an I-94. You get married, and then you apply for the green card. That becomes an immigrant visa. Okay? So, okay, with that said, you're like, well, you're scratching your head going, well, if it's a non-immigrant visa, I'm having problems in the SEAC account because it's telling me I got to hit it. There's no K1 visa in here. In the non-immigrant, you click on non-immigrant in SEAC, you're looking for K1. It doesn't exist. That's correct. Because when you get to the United States, it becomes an immigrant visa. So you got to click on immigrant. Okay? You got it? That's right. So Assad, when you go into SEAC and check your status in the SEAC website, look for the immigrant visa option. It's not a glitch. It's not a glitch. It's just the U.S. government trying to confuse our friends everywhere around the world. And I'm unconfusing you. I'm unconfusing you. K1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. But when you process it as an immigrant visa, okay? SIAC everywhere. Trust me. If you go to non-immigrant visa, you won't be able to find K1, even though it's a non-immigrant visa. Thank you, U.S. government, for helping us get unconfused. No, thank Diego. I'm unconfusing you. Denise Jefferson, Nevada is much better. Okay. I will we will explore Nevada. Okay, now that's good information. I was thinking about taking Karina on a road trip from Las Vegas to California. I was going to take it to Hollywood and LA, Los Angeles. But I'm looking on the TV and on the news, and Hollywood and Los Angeles looks like it's a dump. It's turning into a bad place. Now, to my friends in California that live in LA, I'm sorry, but this is what I see on TV. If I'm wrong, tell me. But it looks like it's just a dump. So I'm not going to take Karina to visit a dump. So we're going to explore Nevada. And okay, Denise, your opinion on Bryce Canyon is it's boring. Okay, gotcha. Save me some money right there. Ahmad Bey, so my case is still in transit. I haven't scheduled an interview or filled DS-160 or anything, so I was hoping to change it before transit to Egypt. I don't have a residency there anymore. Yeah, you got to have residency in Egypt. Yeah, you got to prove residency in Egypt. So see if you can change it to Lebanon. You know, I would have not left Egypt. I would have stayed in Egypt. You know, I've been to Egypt 4 times. I've been all over. I've explored all over Egypt, from the Nile River to Giza to Alexandria and Cairo. I've been all over. I've been to the pyramids. I went inside one of the pyramids. I can't remember which one. Was it the Cheops? I went inside a pyramid. What? I mean, amazing technology. I looked at the pyramids, okay? I looked at the pyramids. Right? I'm touching the pyramids. I'm touching them. The rock is as big as my one stone is as big as my car or big as my house. There is no way people could possibly have built the pyramids. There's no way. They didn't have the technology or the equipment or the machinery to do this. So, I mean, anyway, Egypt's beautiful. If you can switch your visa interview to Lebanon, give it your best shot. Email the embassy in Egypt and ask them to forward the case to the embassy in Lebanon. And keep copies of the emails. Denise Jefferson, wait a second. Your case is in transit to Egypt. Okay, so you need to wait, Ahmad, for it to get to Egypt, and then wait for them. And then once you get the ready status from Egypt, email the embassy and ask them if they will send it to Lebanon. If they can't send it, you're getting on a plane and you're flying to Egypt, and explain what happened. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I watch you so much. I responded to one of your old live chats in my sleep. There you go. This mostly happens when I eat late. Disregard the last request I sent you. Once I hit the button, I was lost. Well, I was a little lost too, but I'm glad you're watching the videos because it's going to help you get through this process. And Denise, you are a number one supporter of this channel. You know that, right? JK, once my fiance arrives, does the wedding need to be extravagant? No, we are simple people. No, Karina and I are simple people. Karina lived in the mountains of Caracas, Venezuela. She lived up in the mountains, and she spent the weekends on the beach in her jeans and her t-shirt and her bikini. She's a beach girl and a country mountain girl. She's a mountain country beach girl. Simple. Jeans and t-shirt. But when she's in business attire, when she's doing her tax accounting as a tax accountant, she's in business attire. But we are simple people. We're getting married on the beach right here. Navarre Beach is about 30 minutes away from where I live. We're going to get married. Captain Bill is our wedding officiant. He's a simple person. We're all simple people. You know, it's life is not supposed to be about who's got the fastest car. You need to slow down and enjoy company with your loved ones, not, worrying about whose car is the biggest or whatever. It's not important. So keep it simple, JK. Denise Jefferson, you are not crazy. I am going crazy with the process. LOL. No, Denise, you're not going crazy. You're going to make it through this. You're good. Don't worry. You'll get through it. Karina and I won't let you go crazy, okay? We're going to help you. Assad Rayme. Oh, thank you so much, Diego. You are so helpful. There you go, Assad. You can change from Egypt to Lebanon, but wait until the visa package gets to Egypt. Wait for them to contact you from the embassy in Egypt. Then you have an open communication with the embassy. Then you can communicate and email the embassy and say, hey, I moved back to Lebanon. I'm not a resident in Egypt anymore. Please, pretty please, send my stuff to Lebanon. They'll do it. They'll do it. But it may slow down the process for you a little bit. It will actually, but you're back home. Jacob Myers, Hollywood and LA is a dump. Don't go. Jacob, your opinion is important to me too. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna take her. I just looked. I'm like, I looked at Hollywood and it was like, seriously, who's running California? Who is running that state? Who is running? It's a disgrace to the American way of life. The way LA and Hollywood looks. Okay, I'm ashamed that an American would let that happen. I am ashamed that the local government in Hollywood and Los Angeles would allow their city to turn into a dump. They need to be fired. Just my opinion. Now, this isn't a political channel. This is just a matter of fact. Angel Marcia, yes, it is Diego. I'm in California next to LA. San Diego is nice. Okay, so San Diego might be a good pick. Maybe San Diego. Maybe I'll take Karina to San Diego. But I'm not going to LA. Hollywood, they don't even clean, all the stars, the famous Hollywood stars, they put their stars on the sidewalk in Hollywood. They don't clean them, they don't maintain them. There's piles of trash in the street over here. It's horrible. Jacob, Atlantis Tech helped build the pyramids, Diego, LMAO. Atlantis Tech. Atlantis technicians. I don't know who built the pyramids, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't people. Okay? If it was people, they got help from somewhere, okay, with technology that is way beyond our technology even today. Even today in the 21st century, we couldn't build a pyramid. We couldn't do it. Not like the way they did. Assad Rameh. Well, Diego, how much time MVC takes to send the papers to the local embassy, which is Pakistan, and in turn the case status from MVC to ready. So you're going to be at the embassy in Islamabad, okay? And Islamabad, Pakistan. You're asking me how much time MVC takes to send the papers to the embassy there. About 2 months. And then turn the case status from MVC to ready. About 3 months. Okay? Islamabad's not overwhelmed with people. Tina, do you think my K1 petition will be okay if we can't find anyone to agree to write letters as proof of relationship? Sure, Tina, no problem. But I bet you can find somebody. Ask your next door neighbor. Ask your next door where you live. Knock on the door. Hey, neighbor, here's some sugar and here's some extra coffee. Can you write a letter for us? An affidavit. Unless you don't talk to your neighbors, Boy Thang. Hi, Diego. The case has been transferred to the embassy and have not received the invoice number. So I can't submit the I-134. Okay, Boy Thang. Let me tell you something. You don't submit the I-134 or any documents to the MVC in a K1 visa. Now, okay, unless you are in a spousal visa. A K1 visa goes to the NVC, and then from the NVC, they assign a case number, then they ship it to the embassy. Your beneficiary, your beautiful Prometida, will hand carry in her hand the I-134 signed by you in black ink and dated, the original. Okay, you don't upload anything. Okay, so you don't submit anything to the NVC. Okay, so I solved your problem right there, right off the bat. I solved your question. Denise Jefferson, Diego, I'm still lost on the biometrics. All right, okay, I'll help you. If my fiance already has his passport, does that mean that he has already done that step or something different? No. Post anyway too. I understand. Police report, medical, etc. No. Okay. Biometrics is done once you schedule the visa interview. Your beneficiary is in Nigeria, right? Then he has to go to the local police station or somewhere local that conducts the biometrics. The embassy will have that information. So find out where the biometrics is taken, and it's basically just fingerprints and a photograph in Nigeria. But there's an office he's going to go to and pay for the biometrics. Like Karina, she has to go get her biometrics done in Bogota. I got the address in my phone. Thanks, no problem. Denise, did I answer your question? Biometrics, Karina, she's going to go to an office in Bogota, pay like $20 or whatever it is, and then get her biometrics done. It's easy. It's got nothing to do with passports or anything like that. What S? What? We'll keep waiting. What? Juarez. Be patient. Come on, man. I've been, you know how long we've been waiting, Karina and I? I finally got a case number today. After two inquiries. And then they sent me an email telling me the embassy's closed in Bogota because of COVID, which is a big lie. They're not closed. And I already contacted my friends in Washington, D.C., and I notified them what they're telling people from the NVC. So I might just drop a Senate investigation on them. I don't know yet. They're busy. I don't want to create too much problems for them, but they got to quit lying to people. Denise, thanks for the clarification. No problem. Denise, you get the last word. I'm out of here. I did a surprise live stream. I had to do a surprise live stream to tell you guys I got the case number. You are the first to know. Well, I don't know if Karine even checked the message I sent her on WhatsApp, but you're the first to know. And then Denise has one more question, so he can do the biometrics in his town. Or should he wait for the letter? Here's what I would do. Ask him to call the embassy in Nigeria, in Lagos, and ask the embassy, where does he get his biometrics? Where does he go? They will tell him the address, okay? He doesn't have to call the immigrant line he doesn't need to he doesn't need to ask questions about his visa or anything like that. They won't answer those kind of questions. They're busy. But if he has a question on where does he go for biometrics, they'll tell him. And he needs to have a pen in his hand so he can write down the address. And with that, Denise gets the last word on this surprise live stream Friday from Florida. And I will see you guys again when? Saturday at 7 p.m. And thanks for the super chats, guys. Jacob and Pete B. See you guys later.